Khloe and Lamar make it official, sort of. Day 26 talk about scandal, and we get the lowdown behind the funniest spoof on the net. All that and more in this week's Hip Hollywood Weekly Wrap. Congratulations to Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom for having the most random union of the year. The two, with the help of E! Entertainment, spent $1 million to declare their love in front of the entire universe, paparazzi, and E-cameras at their star-studded wedding last weekend. Earlier this week, I got a chance to catch up with some of Lamar's teammates at Laker Media Day, and here's what they had to say about the newlyweds.
Lamar's a great guy, and he deserves all the happiness in the world, and there's no question that he's happy, and I'm happy for Khloe, his wife, as well.
Of course, I attended Lamar's wedding. He's a good friend of mine, so when I found out it was really happening, I cleared the schedule and went to support my guy.
It was fun. It was a good wedding. You know, they seemed pretty sincere about it. You know, shed a couple tears. You know, all the family and everything was coming together, and it was fun.
It was a very nice wedding. I'm happy for him. You know, he seems to be very happy, and they look like a great couple, so I'm glad everything's working well.
For the record, the two aren't legally married. They're still working out a small matter of paperwork. You know, the prenup. Speaking of publicity stunts, Day 26 recently had one of their members in the middle of quite a controversy. Willie, who in my opinion is the finest member of the group, recently became the latest victim to fall prey to email hackers. Now, we won't show you what all the fuss is about, but let's just say that it's a pretty graphic picture of Willie's member, which was intended for his wife. Well, when Vanessa caught up with the band this week, she asked the fellas about how they deal with controversy.
You gotta have tough skin, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I say this all the time, man, you know, you don't have what it takes to break me. I was built for this. Like, no matter what, you could throw anything my way. It's just, it is what it is. You know, you'll never be able to break me. No matter what it is, you can take whatever you can try to take. It's nothing that you can do to break me, because I was built for this. I worked my whole life to get to this point, and I'm not done yet. So tell them to see me at the end, you know. And that's how I handle it, you know what I mean?
Check out Day 26, Mario, and Trey Songz when they come to a town near you with the 106 & Park Tour. Headed your way next week is Chris Rock's fantastic movie, Good Hair. The lovely Vanessa got a chance to check out a screening of the movie, which stars some of Hollywood's biggest sister friend starlets. So when we had the fabulous Kyla Pratt in our studios this week, she talked to us about her own issues with hair in Hollywood.
Girl, you know, I am a black woman in Hollywood. Of course I got stories about hair. For the longest time, I didn't want to get weaves. And I'm very tender-headed. So that is not a fun process for me. And I'm just, no, for real, like for 2 weeks, people won't talk to me. They be like, you getting your weave done? Okay, I'll see you next Thursday. I started getting weaves, I think I was about maybe like 16. And the reason I had to start getting them is because I was doing one-on-one. And having your hair done and putting heat on it constantly was damaging my hair, like my own personal hair. So I had to put my little troubles aside. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the weave, I'm gonna get it done. And then I got it and I was like, oh, I love it.
Now y'all know I can't finish out a segment about hair without talking about my own. If you've seen at least 3 episodes of The Wrap, you know that I have a rotating style of looks. I'm talking wigs, weaves, braids, twists, blowout, everything under the sun. So I cannot wait to catch this movie, Good Hair, on October 9th. Last time for our hip clip of the week, we brought you the magic of Brother Franklin. This week we have the mastermind behind this genius clip.
Let me ask all you real women one thing. If a nice guy buy you a dumb ring, he was everything you want except one thing. Could you marry him if you in love with the drug king? What you mean, yay? I'm just being real. You can't judge holding grudge on a refill. There's 2 sides to a story, so be still. Feeling like you running, huh? Now you know how he feels.
We sat down with comedian and actor Affion Crockett, who talked to us about the makings of a truly classic YouTube video.
The overall idea spawned from how am I going to make this funny and what's going to be the hook. So I'm watching the video and we're gonna run this time now. And I knew Chris Brown had just did the Larry King interview. Because I don't try to do anything that's real old. I want to make sure it's all relevant. So Run This Town turned into, oh, we're going to hunt Chris Brown, because he said he really didn't remember, and you know, he was there with the lawyer and stumbling through his interview. So I just thought it'd be funny, but Chris is my boy, so I didn't want to make it bashing him. So, you know, it was palatable, and he loved it, and it's all love. It's funny.
No telling who Affion plans to spoof next, but we're sure he'll keep the laughs coming. We couldn't close out this week's wrap without talking about the violence in Chicago that recently caught the nation's attention. By now, most of you are aware of the tragic and horrific death of 16-year-old athlete and honor student Darion Albert. The senseless acts of violence touched a serious nerve with folks from all walks of life, including rappers Bow Wow and Nas, who both penned blog entries on globalgrind.com, urging the youth to stop the violence. Recently, the White House also called the gang murder a heinous crime. Folks, be careful out there, and please, please, please stop the violence. Well, that does it for me, but before we wrap things up, make sure you check us out at HipHollywood.com, follow us on Twitter, and hang out with us every morning as we do our Daily Dish live on Ustream. See you next week.